Now, this poem, as you can see, but Edward Lear, some kind of a nonsense verse. But would one of you like to read it aloud? Yes, a volunteer, please. Please,
The Owl, the Owl
yes.
and the Pussy Cat by Edward Lear. The
Fine,
Owl and the
wonderful.
Pussy Cat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money. Wrapped up in a 5-pound note, the owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh, pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are. You are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are.
Wonderful. Need a round of applause. The first time when I tried to read, I paused for some time. You are, and I asked, would it be some printer's devil? I thought maybe no, it cannot be. Then I realized this is a nonsense verse. Now let us listen to an audio recording of the same thing.
The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. Recorded for LibriVox by Catherine Eastman and Tazcat on January 26th, 2006. The Owl and the Pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The Owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh, pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are.
Now, did you notice that there is a tonal variation here, and sang to a small guitar. So if you don't see this, and when you ask to read, you will not be able to bring out the humor. In fact, we all do, but then you see this particular person to whose voice you heard is indeed a talented reader. And she's able to bring out the humor. You see how she said, oh, beautiful pussy, pussy, what a beautiful pussy you are. You see, and imagine if you are not able to read it and articulate and like this, do you think you will be able to communicate the humor in the poem? Otherwise, it will be dull, So reading aloud by the teacher so that they enjoy the experience. It's important for you to read aloud properly. This particular poem, I would like you to visit. This is a sonnet. It has 14 lines, a specific rhyme scheme. It has to be read in a specific way.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies,
whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things. The hand that mocked them and the heart that fed, and on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair.
Okay, so I suggest you can take a screenshot of this. I suggest you go and watch this particular YouTube video. The one is an animated version. The other is again a different version, which is without animation. But the voice. I want you to go and watch this on YouTube. It will suddenly sensitize you to how you can read aloud and bring out the spirit of the poem. Will you watch this? Powerful Life Poetry, and then by Aaron Quinn, animation. Okay, Shelley's Ozymandias. Will you do that? Now, this particular professor, in the course of his lecture to this girl, says something. Think of what you're dealing, the majesty and grandeur of the English language. And look at the lines I put in red font. The musical mixture of sounds. There is something unique about the English language. How the sounds, the stressed syllables and the unstressed syllables come together to create a music. And that comes through conscious practice and listening, It is your sensitive reception of that which will enable you to even present this while you're reading aloud. Okay. English has stress rhyme rhythm. And what is a stress rhyme rhythm? Stressed syllables approximate at regular intervals. And with unstressed syllables are shortened. Okay. And not only that, remember, there are several sounds in Indian languages which you do not find in English. And there are sounds in English language you do not find in our mother tongue too. So this you have to be aware of. See, all languages, some are stressed, some are syllable timed. Very important. You don't pronounce every syllable. Syllable, S-Y-L, as you can see, if there is a vowel sound, it becomes a syllable. Sil, la, bil, every. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And even if you add A1, A2, A3, you will not pronounce the A. It is the main word that you pronounce. See, the number of words increases, but the beat is same. This is what you have to consciously follow when you're trying to read aloud. You see, we all live in a yellow submarine. Only those words that has to be stressed, that is going to be stressed. Weak forms and strong forms you have. You see, it is written D-O-E-S, but when you pronounce it, becomes des. Similarly, look at the other form. See, normally we try to pronounce a first sound, but see how it is. See, she is a teacher. The rhythm of English is different. It is different from Malayalam. Why? Ours is not stress rhyme rhythm, but it's syllable time. Okay. This is a new building. Somebody built a new building, and it is for the Department of Planning. If you walk into a complex, don't you need to mention what building, which department this is? Shouldn't you mention that? A board should be there, no, which department this building belongs to, shouldn't you? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what did they do? They called the painter and said, okay, you write this Department of Planning, and this is what he did. You see? Suddenly he found that a few letters didn't have space, and then he wrote it like this. And he thought that is okay. Now the question is this enough? Or would you like to have something like this? What do you want? Would you prefer the first one or the second one below?
First one.
First one, if you look at this, this is the same thing I mentioned about attitude. Do you want your pronunciation to be accurate? Or would you think, chalega, what is it? Okay, I can do to teach very well. I can explain meaning well. Is reading that important? If you take that attitude, who suffers? You ask yourself. Okay, so what is the key takeaway from my session? English has stress rhyme rhythm. I put it first. Read in Sanskrit. You can model your students reading aloud. You can assist them in reading. You can provide drills. Incidentally, no drilling happens in the classroom. Behaviorism is out, as you know. Practice is important. These are all vital. So if you do that, you can help them read aloud properly and help enjoy what they are reading. Even that when you try to read aloud, the students will enjoy. That is my message. Okay. Thank you so much.